And if you would please rise and join me in the salute to the flag and our national anthem. Thank you. And with our opening invocation, we have Brother Roland from St. Joseph's Parish, Turtles Mills. And to welcome everyone here, the President of the Clinton County Fair, Bob Irwin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll have to give my speech out here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 52nd Annual Clinton County Fair. As you can see, the Board of Directors have made many changes this year in hopes of providing the county with a fair it can be very proud of. One of these new changes is the new carnival. Ken Dumas and his committee has spent many hours meeting with different carnivals before deciding on Smokey's greater shows. There's also a new heavy equipment show this year down beyond the horse barn. We're trying to fill up that end of the fairground. Steve and Tom Sears have worked hard on this to get all the equipment in there. This year we also expanded the conservation building, making it a year-round asset to the fairgrounds so the groups can use it during the winter as well. We have snowmobile drag racing this year, thanks to Bob Perrier and his committee. I'd like to thank the county legislators for their help in getting beer back on the grounds. I know it was very controversial. Many fair board members and the county legislators were against it, but thanks to Scott Ewing and his committee, they convinced him to go ahead and let us try it this year. I have to thank Don Duquette for doing such a great job on the grounds this year, as always. Also, I'd like to thank Joe Giroux for representing the county legislators. He's sitting on the board. We haven't decided what we're going to do with him yet, but he's attending the meetings and reporting back to the county legislators. Also, Steve Frederick. Where's Steve? You might have recognized him last year. He was assistant manager. This year is the manager. He's been through a rough 2 weeks, actually a year. He's got 24 bosses telling him to go 10 different directions. Sometimes he gets a little frustrated with it, but hang in there, Steve. It'll only get better. I'd like to thank our many volunteers, sponsors, and staff for a great job done. We couldn't do it without you. And finally, since this is my last year as president, I'd like to thank the Fair Board for all the help it has given me in the last 3 years. When I was late for meetings and missed them all together, you have made my job easy. Thank you very much.
I I'd like to introduce the 24 members that Bob Irwin was just talking about that operate this fair. These are all non-paying positions, I can assure you. They're only rewarding in the benefits that you see around on the ground. The president, you've already met, Bob Irwin from Peru. First vice president, and I would ask that the directors, every year we talk about this, we never seem to do it. Everybody is straining their neck to look, and we introduce a person, he jumps up, and they, where is he, where is he, what's he look like? This year I would ask that the directors stand when I introduce you, and please remain standing, and I would ask that you hold your applause till I've introduced all of the directors and the honorary directors. The first vice president is Sandy Lateral from Plattsburgh. The second vice president is Robert Perrier from Plattsburgh. He's standing. Elwood Jeanette is the third vice president from West Shazy. Ken Dumas is the treasurer from Plattsburgh. Ken Place, the executive committee member from Peru. Bernard Barber from Morrisonville, a director. Yours truly, Bob Bruno from Morrisonville. Homer Bushy from Champlain. Harry Carpenter from Plattsburgh. Jack Connell from Keysville. You don't have to stand, Jack, if you don't want to. Jack just finished with a session of bypass surgery, so we're very fortunate to have you here, and we appreciate you being here, Jack. Scott Ewing from Plattsburgh. Lester Hardy from Plattsburgh. Arnold Jubert from Morrisonville. Bill LePage from Plattsburgh. C.J. Madonna from Plattsburgh. Harold Ormsby from Scholar Falls. Dr. Lynn Palmer from Plattsburgh. Harold Rabideau from Morrisonville. Tom Sears from Morrisonville. George Seymour from Scholar Falls. Helen Sprague from Peru. Joanne Stafford from Peru. And the honorary directors are Ernie Perrier from Plattsburgh, John DeRoe from Plattsburgh, Bernie Woolman from Plattsburgh, Joe Whalen from Plattsburgh. They all moved into senior housing. That's the reason they all have Plattsburgh addresses. Kermit Irwin from Peru, Ray Lavarnway from Cernak, Bob Rabideau from Plattsburgh, and Dick Stafford from Peru. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I would also again like to introduce our fair manager, Steve Frederick, who has been really under the gun for the past 30 days or so, trying to get this very gigantic undertaking, at least getting it as though it appears under control. And I can assure you it's not 100% under control. And I would also like to introduce Dana Markville, the secretary of the fair. And now it gives me great pleasure. We've been waiting for this for quite some time. From the 24th Congressional District, the Representative John Hughes District, we have David B. Whitmore that will say a few words on behalf of Congressman McHugh.
And you're not going to have any rain at all. The congressman cannot be here. Of course, he's in. Yeah, please applaud, because that's the way it's going to be. The congressman is in Washington doing the business that he has to do, and unfortunately, he can't come to visit the fairs that he has in the North Country. And believe me, I've seen a number of these fairs, and we have a lot of things going on in North Country. We have probably one of the finest fairs anywhere in the country. We do in the North Country. And I'm very pleased to be here. Congressman would like to give appreciation to your president, your chairman, and the board members, all your helpers, your volunteers, the fair manager, for all the work they have done. Because I think most of you know that a week from Monday, they'll start planning for the next fair. And I'll keep on going. And you guys don't get paid for this, right? Oh, good, because I don't either. And I want to make sure. And a lot of these fairs do things. I'm from Jefferson County, by the way. We just entered our fair last week, so I'm partially asleep right now. And what we try to do is we try to take a look at what you guys do and take the best things. So myself and also our first vice president from the fair, Bob Simpson, who's over by the 4-H booth, we're watching everything. He's incognito. We're watching everything. What you do right, we're going to try to take from you. So good luck this year. Have a good fair. Thank you.
He's sure going to be busy because as far as I'm concerned, we do everything right. From the New York State Senate 45th Senatorial District, the Deputy Majority Leader, the Honorable Ronald Stafford, and speaking his behalf, Tom Cronin.
Senator Stafford, I first of all would like to report that I did spend a couple hours with him yesterday morning. He is doing well. He is in Albany. He went back in session at 5 o'clock tonight, and hopefully we can get close to having a budget before the fair is over. The Senator sends his best wishes for the fair, his congratulations, and his appreciation to all the people that work so diligently, not just during Fair Week, but all year long. They put in more hours before the fair starts than they do once it gets started. So to all those people, a hearty thanks from the Senator. It looks like, with all the improvements, the cleanliness, and the accent on family affair, that the fair may be the biggest and best ever. Many, many new rides, new booths, new excitement. Now, the weather, and if it's like the first part of the summer, it should be great, all lead, along with the general optimism of everything throughout Clinton County, things looking up. This is a meeting place for people from all ends of Clinton County. So from the Senator, the best of wishes, the best of luck, and enjoy the fair. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. And the New York State Assembly, 109th Assembly, or 110th Assembly District, the Honorable Chris Ortloff, he had a letter that he directed to Bob Irwin, the President. Dear Bob, I wish I could be with you this evening as you open the Clinton County Fair. However, circumstances do not permit me to leave the Joint Budget Conference Committee deliberations here in Albany. It's a good sound. Joint Budget Conference Committee deliberations. Maybe we are going to have a budget. Please extend to all my best wishes for a safe and successful Fair Week. May the weather's gods smile on you and may a good time be had by all. Sincerely, Chris Ortloff, member of the Assembly. Now I'd like to introduce to you the Chairperson of the Clinton County Legislature, Don Karen.
Bob introduces these politicians in order of age, so I'm the oldest, so I'm introduced last. But I would like to introduce my colleagues in the county legislature, most of whom are here today. From Area 1, Celine Paquette, she's a member of the State University Board of Trustees, and she's down in the Bronx having her annual meeting. They meet once a month, and she's down there for annual meeting, won't return until tomorrow. But we have with us, and I'd like to ask them to either stand or wave. Somebody that nobody knows, of course, from Area 2, the Honorable Sam Trombley. There he is. There we go. Area 3, one of the wealthiest agriculturalists in the county, Joe Giroux. There he is. Area 4, Steve Bouye. Area 5, Keith Defia. Keith's here somewhere. There he is. Area 6, John May. Area 7, our freshman legislator, a newcomer, Jim Langley. Jim here? There he is. There he is, okay. Area 8, Gladys Perry. In Area 9, George Rabideau. On behalf of these ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for inviting us to the opening ceremonies of what I guess is the 52nd Clinton County Fair. And of course, the fair highlighting agriculture, which is our most important industry in Clinton County. We're pleased to be here. Our farmers have suffered a lot over the last several years, what with the ice storm, drought, and the floods. And they worked endless hours to vigorously overcome their many hardships. And they should be commended for their efforts. I don't know if many of you know this, but agriculture is, in addition to being our county's leading industry, generates more than $65 million yearly in Clinton County. It really helps the local economy. When you take that figure and times it by 2 or 3, which it generates, each dollar generates twice or 3 times as much as the dollar. We're talking about an economic impact for Clinton County from the agriculture industry of about $250,000. And that's a lot of money, and that helps our county. Of course, the fair also showcases talents of all ages, in particular our young people. Mary and I were here last night, went through the 4-H building and saw many exhibits and enjoyed the tour that we got from the 2 youngsters. The exhibits demonstrate many other traditions and promote businesses that contribute greatly to the county. And the Clinton County Fair is undoubtedly one of the best in New York State. Many hours have gone into the fair, as previous speakers have said. I'd like to commend Bob Irwin, the president, and Steve Frederick, the fair manager, for all the work they did in making this year's fair successful. We hope many people will visit the fair, and you have the legislature's best wishes for a great fair this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don. And I omitted one of the directors. I concentrated so much on Jack Connell and was so concerned about his health that I neglected to mention probably one of the most important people here on the fairgrounds, the person in charge of the building and grounds, Donald Duquette. Also, as a way of recognition, would you please wave your hand? This is some of our county office holders, as we will introduce them. The Sheriff, Jack Wallace. County Clerk, John Zerlo. Being such a liberal, I can't figure out how they're saving such an amount of money down there in that county clerk's office. I served with John, and he wanted to give everything away, including the bridge that crossed up in Ross's Point. The county treasurer extends her regrets. Her mom just died, and they just recently had, yesterday they had the ceremony, and she was not able to stay, but she was here a little bit earlier. Janet Dupree. The district attorney, Penny Clute. The Clinton County coroner, which I hope none of you have to visit, at least this week, David Donner. And now I would like to introduce the supervisor of the town of Plattsburgh, Andrew Abdallah.
Clinton County Fair in the town of Plattsburgh, and I'd like to take your indulgence for just 1 second and introduce 2 members of the town board who are here. Gary DeSalle, member of the town board, and Ann Stanley, town clerk. And at the risk of getting in trouble with him again, I just have to contradict Don here in a little bit. I hope they're not introducing us in the order of age, because Don's retired and I'm not, so I'm not sure what that means. Again, welcome to the Clinton County Fair. This fair does have the honor. It's the 52nd Clinton County Fair. It also happens to be the last county fair in the 20th century. So the next county fair will be the first one in the millennium. So those are 2 exciting fairs. Hope everyone has a great week, and I'm sure that with all the prayers and comments, the weather will be great this year. So have a good time and come often. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. And now the person that's most most responsible, and if you've been here for the past couple of years, we've had quite a time with that carnival. This is a new carnival that's coming in, and I would like to ask the president of Smokey's Greater Shows, George Buck Gilmore, to say a few words and to tell you what a great carnival he has. And let me tell you, he's not hesitant about doing this.
Get a free dried roast beef dinner. Today, I got to open at 1 o'clock when the fair officially opens at 6. We just left the Yarmouth Clam Festival in Maine, 102 degrees weather, which you can imagine sapped our crew quite a bit. And I'm very, very proud of how well they did in getting our organization ready and open, primarily all of it, at 1 o'clock today. My wife was a big part of it. She won't stand up here, but we did a very good job. And the other thing I'd like to say, I'm very impressed with the cleanliness of your fair and the hard-working directors. This is a very, very efficient operated fair. But we hope we do a good job for you. We think that we're good at doing family entertainment. So if you play our games or ride our rides, you should have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you, Bud. And now we have some presentations that Mr. Scott Ewing would like to make.
And Mr. Stafford to come forward along with their families. Fair in the people of Clinton County, is with great pleasure that the Board of Directors dedicate the 1999 Agricultural and Industrial Fair of Clinton County to Richard Stafford and Robert Rabideau. Gentlemen. I'd just like to say, as you look around the grounds, when these gentlemen started on the board, and Bob was also the past manager, a lot of these buildings weren't here. If it wasn't for their dedication to the fair, we wouldn't be where we're at today. Again, thank you.
I'm not so sure that when Dick Stafford started, the only building was this one here. Am I correct? Right. That was the only building. Where the 4-H building was the cow barn. All of these other buildings were not here. There was no grandstand. Matter of fact, we had such a great grandstand that the last time that Tex Ritter was here, it collapsed. That's how old it was. Am I right?
Now that you mention it, that wasn't the first time. The first one was down there. But this barn here, red, was built by a group of cattle. Kermit Irwin, Bob Sherman, Avery Stafford, myself, there might be another one. We raised the money ourselves to build that building. I'm not sure how we did it. I guess we had big sales. Something like that. But, and speaking of the grandstand, we didn't have a roof over the grandstand. And, who had the show in the cattle barn? Grandpa Jones. Grandpa Jones was here, had to put the show on, and there's no cover over the grandstand, no cover over the bleachers, and it rained. So we did have a cover over the cattle barn. So that's where we put the show on. Grandpa Jones put the show on in the cattle barn, setting out bales of hay.
It was a great show. It was a team from Hee-Haw, and every time they played, the cows would move. And it was just like the stage show. We have another.
Joe and Western Winds has been a very good sponsor of our country music entertainment every year. Roger Burke from Pepsi. Now, many of you may have or have not noticed, but this year, Roger is with us. We have a 5-year Pepsi Cola contract on the fairgrounds. That means any and all non-alcoholic beverages will be provided by Pepsi. They've been a very, very good supporter of us over what I call the lean years, and we're very glad to have the support of Roger. Anybody here from Greystone Quarries? Beauregard Equipment. We're going to have a great heavy equipment show this year. So Beauregard, Syracuse Supply, and Casey Canary. I know Harold's here. Harold Rabideau from Napa. Harold sponsors our infamous demolition derby every Sunday on our fair. Napa's a very good supporter of our demolition derby. I think without him, we don't have a tough time. From the representatives from Champlain Telephone, they've gone above and beyond this year too, helping us out with our telecommunications. Is anybody from Cool Radio? Eric Jacobson, everybody from Cool? They've also been very good to us. Farm and Family, they sponsor our Grange. They've also been a good partner for them. Is anybody from KC Canary? Or Stewart Shops? Gregory Supply? Cal Energy is a very good supporter of us. Denton Publications. I think we're saving the best for our last. I know Ed's here. Come on up. This year I'd like to thank Ed Coates from Denton Publications. Denton's helped us out with print advertising. We're sponsoring the gazebo this year. And may I add, I was really in a bind. I'm going to tell a quick story with Ed here. We're a week before the fair opens, and I was short some printing. I had some special passes made, and I called Ed and asked him if he could print. He said, sure. And he said, give me about 3 weeks. I said, about 3 days. And he came through for me. So thank you very much. Beaumont Trailers. I don't know if John is here. Beaumont's been a very good sponsor of us also. This year they're sponsoring the first ever snowmobile drag racing going on this Thursday night. So I encourage you all to stop by. That is it. Thank you very much. Enjoy the fair. We'll see you later.
And now, our next to last portion of this program, the benediction by Doug Frederick, the Church of Christ, Plattsburgh.
Pray with me, please. Lord, we need to give you praise. You created us. You give us life. You give us the friendships that make life worthwhile. Everything, Lord, is within your control. All is made by you and for you. You are sovereign and above all. We need to be your servants, Lord. We need to have a heart that desires fellowship with you, desires to be servants to others around us. Help us, Lord, to desire to obey you, to live for God, giving thanks continually in word and deed in all we do, giving thanks always to your Son, Jesus. Let us seek your will, Lord. Let us follow it, despite a culture that's opposed to it. Let us choose your will, Lord, above our own, to uphold your image, your will, and reputation above our own. Lord, I ask that you bless this fair. We thank you that you allowed us to assemble here today, this week. Let us glorify you in our actions and showing love to one another as we go about our business this week. Lord, we ask that you bless the weather, that you allow us to have fun and good sportsmanship, that you allow us to get the contacts that we need and help the businesses that are here trying to reach out to the community. Lord, we pray also for the safety of all that are involved, that you would watch over us. Help us, Lord, to realize our responsibility to let us all seek you. Give our strength of our love for you. And let us in turn encourage all to give you praise, for you richly deserve all. May each search their heart and serve you and others in faith, knowing our worthiness to serve at all, knowing also that we have been called to love as Christ loved us. Through his holy name we pray. Amen.
And now comes the most important part of this whole program, I think, the ribbon cutting. And I'd like to invite this Champlain Valley teenager, Nicole Lombard from Peru, come up here. This Clinton County teenager, go ahead. This Clinton Essex teenager, Chelsea Newton from Dorsonville. The entire New York State FFA program, and we're very honored to have Julia as part of our Clinton County Fair, and we'll be participating with the FFA here with Mr. Bushing, I assume. Oh, that's great. And the president of the Clinton County Fair, Mr. Irwin, who can sort of crown himself with these very nice looking young ladies. Now we officially declare the 1999, and this is the last fair of this millennium, officially open. Thank you and enjoy yourselves and have a tremendous week. Spend a lot of money.